Welcome to your Magic Moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. The moon is in the zodiac sign of Virgo on Lilith, the asteroid, or at least the point, mean Lilith, and the sun is in Aquarius. We are coming into a grand, fabulous, grand Earth trine. But really quickly, before I move forward, Ophiuchus is not a zodiac sign, it is a constellation. Constellations are not zodiac signs. In fact, the moon in the zodiac sign of Virgo is transiting in relation to the constellation of Leo. All right. But the reason why we don't say that the moon is in Leo is because we're not stupid. All right. So the moon is in Virgo, the zodiac sign. And thankfully, because of this 360-degree math, based on the 0-degree Aries point faithfully every March 20th on the Northern Hemisphere, the moon is making a 210-degree angle with the sun in Aquarius, even though it's in relation to the constellation of Capricorn. The reason why we don't say the sun is in Capricorn, you guessed it, we're not fucking stupid. All right, so 210 degrees to 240 degrees. That's the math of the moon today and tomorrow. And what do we see with that signature? Well, it's a Scorpio signature. Scorpio of horror movies, terrifying realizations of the extent of your own mortality, and the haunting, looming wisdom that you won't live forever. Yes. When we put this with the moon in Virgo that just extrapolates all the details critically outside of our own bias to hide things that we don't want to know, well, we're in for a miraculous couple of days. And I'm glad I get to guide you through it. Of course, this is just my perspective. And you might have your own perspective, so I hope that this aids in yours. Edit, cut, take whatever I say, whether with a grain of salt or not, because this transit, like this entire Aquarius season, is unreasonably weird. At least before the moon transits Scorpio in another couple of days, when things will get more intensifyingly crazy weird. This at least gives us an analytical approach to adjust the shifting of our behavior. Hence the name of the title, Epistemological Revolution. Because this transit is fundamentally changing the way with which you discern knowledge. A transit like this reminds you that despite the colorful language and rhetoric you see people like me speak, and everybody around you who for some reason still pays taxes to the government, nobody knows what they're saying. Of course, not everyone pays taxes to the government. They're probably super rich or connected. That was actually a very vague reference that probably doesn't mean anything. But this is quintessentially going to harvest the activation of our 0-degree point activation 3 weeks ago during the new moon in Capricorn on angry ass Hades, who is about done with the traditions that have been meandering over the past couple of centuries. We are back again where the Declaration of Independence was signed. And when I say it like that, it just sounds a lot more badass. It's not the first time Pluto's come back to Aquarius, but it is the first time in a very long time, and you happen to be here. How? How does one, no, how does an entire collective make real practical sense of this ever increasing and exponential expansion of knowledge in front of our faces as technology spirals out of control and AI can ruin all of your favorite IP classics with just one application? Well, welcome to this 210 degree to 240 degree relative to the sun transit. Remember, the moon is not in Leo and the sun is not in Capricorn. You would have to be an idiot to believe that. All right. The moon in Virgo analyzes understanding. Moon of understanding, Virgo of analysis. And it's important to understand mutable sign transits adjust our perception before we begin a new season in the direction we are meant to go in. Meant, not meant, irrelevant. But we have just harvested a moon in Leo dramatic understanding of the status quo of, as a collective, what we all at least think we know. Well, with Virgo, to crack backs with facts, this reality check is definitely due to shatter a lot of dreams. Reasonably so. Sometimes you think you know, and then you realize you don't. Remember, this is just an adjustment period, because once the moon enters Libra next, and we have the 240 to 270 Sagittarius signature ascent, moon in Libra, the moon in Aqua, the next magical moment. This is going to direct socially your balanced understanding of now getting ready to transcend this knowledge. During a harvest arc, 180 degrees of the moon in Leo to the sun in Aquarius is converting all this passion to real facts. And the best explanation of a transit like this is the advent of science, where something could be analyzed over a period of time, and that is the established knowledge. Until later it is analyzed again, and in light of new information and analysis, it transforms the knowledge at the time. People have believed this, and now, due to greater experimentation and more facts, they now believe this. And this adjustment happens. As change is the only constant in life. But when you understand that we had the moon in Gemini, which helped you come into a truthful understanding of the supernatural in whatever wide variety of applications it has, the moon of Virgo is now analyzing this true understanding, this language you creatively farted through your mouth, and it's going to change your behavior as you start to transform the physiological nature of your capacity in an enhanced manner to not only harness your own energy, but to know at an advanced level what the fuck you're doing and how the fuck you're doing it. That was a word salad. I apologize. This is a very amazing way of saying it's happening. And the evidence of this will be reflected in how we direct this perspective when the moon goes into Libra and you start to see in your relationships with others that you're able to present and actually display your abilities and the quality of your awakening at will, on command. But we need to adjust how you do so during this period, because you don't just immediately do it. You have to I should do it like this or like that and like that. And so just allow Virgo to put you fully on blast. The Sagittarius roast session is going to follow, and it's going to be kind of like a roast. It's the 11th house signature, so everyone's going to just take their turn of taking digs at you, but it's okay. After that, you get to roast everyone yourself. And before you go to a roast session, you need receipts. You need to understand the details of how you're going to go in on the people you're going to go in on. And this is the research period, ladies and gentlemen. This is also the change of how specifically you're going to be knowing what you're knowing. I can't stop being weird. The doctor said there's no cure. So the moon in trining Taurus And in also trining Capricorn, we have Mars, Venus, and Mercury still touring through Capricorn, and that is giving our minds, our hearts, and our desire the organizational quality of getting ready to apply what we know. And it's cool because now the moon is helping us understand how we can organize our assets. In Taurus, we are expanding. It's going to put it all together. It's going to put it all together. Boom. And then this will prepare for the third quarter square and the new moon. All right? It's going to get a whole lot weirder this year. It's going to get a whole lot weirder. And yet, your level of understanding is skyrocketing. I actually want to highlight that trine of the moon in Virgo to Jupiter is very, very crucial, because this is quite literally strengthening this analytical understanding with a solid grounding foundation of your own energy and value. All right? This is having you prepare to defecate on who you need to defecate for even trying to step to your value. Now, we also have to talk about the moon opposite Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. This is an invisible warfare based on a metaphysical experience that your body is giving you an analytical, detailed understanding of. So if you feel like talking shit, if you feel like having schizophrenic paranoid delusions visually or auditorially, you really want to give in to them, but allow Moon and Virgo to really understand at a very detailed level how to really pinpoint, clap back. Remember, you are preparing for a roast session, and this Aquarius season with Pluto is awakening collectively across all minds relative you're an animal, human, or plant, your telepathic ability to connect with all other minds. It's very weird. We weren't taught this in school, and this is where this is also going to have you sense beyond the 99% of the electromagnetic spectrum you can't really visually see. But if you're able to actually feel what is happening metaphysically by pinpointing realistic, I know this shit sounds fucking strange. I know. It's not gonna get any less strange. You just need to understand this moon in Virgo opposite Pisces is preparing for the moon in Pisces 2 weeks from now. It is giving you a physical check, like, oh, this bitch was talking shit, this bitch was talking shit, this bitch was acting like she wasn't talking shit, but I could smell the shade from you. And in 2 weeks, you're going to now present these receipts like, bitch, you think you slick, you were talking shit, bitch, you were talking shit. Let Virgo put you on. Virgo is a real social dynamic. Moon in Virgo is literally like a Virgo being like, oh yeah, A, B, C, D, E, G. It's preparing you. And it's facilitating transformation, which is what makes this a very powerful revolutionary aspect. The strength of this natural quality in Taurus is allowing the analytical perspective in Virgo to now be grounded. This brings greater analysis. That perspective is now going to link to Capricorn so you can organize with the facts. And imagine trying to organize a whole project and you don't have an assistant that's like, okay, we're working with this. Well, you got that. This is setting up automation. And it's also going to make a lot of you super fucking rich. So, like, be prepared for that, too. So the moon in Virgo to the moon in Capricorn is literally preparing how you have to change your assets and finances to prepare for an increase. And this is where, if you are not necessarily willing to adjust, then you could get smacked in the face with very harsh realizations. But if you're willing to just, I'm not going to say go with the flow like a fish, but really allow what's happening to happen, this changing of your behavior, it's going to prepare you for the next couple of moon phases. That's when things are going to get even weirder. Yes, I'm going to be leaving this purposefully vague so that your imagination can do the rest for me. But as you come into a very detailed understanding of how your supernatural abilities and powers are not only awakening, but giving you a fine-tuned knowledge of how to actually harness this energy, I hope that you have fun. This is going to produce a lot of weird effects, and you'll be able to show it in a couple of days. You stay blessed, as always. watch out for the agents. They're also going to come for you. Peace.